welcome to Kombucha Making 101. Alright, let's go. So when you make kombucha, you need something called a Scoby. S-C-O-B-Y, which stands for Symbiotic Culture of Bacteria and Yeast. So a Scoby is this thing up here that's floating. As you can see, I've got a couple. So what we're doing when we're making kombucha is we're making the food for the bacteria and the yeast in the Scoby, and then they eat that, they digest it, and they create the kombucha for us. And that takes about a week. The one very important thing you want to remember is to keep things very clean. Have your hair tied back and wash your hands and your surfaces and your jars really well, because you do not want to contaminate your kombucha. So the very first thing that you want to do is you want to make a tea mixture. And this is something that I actually do the night before because you want your tea to cool. So to make this tea mixture, what I did is I brought 7 cups of water to a rolling boil. Then I turned off the heat and added in 4 tea bags. Now for your tea, you can either use green tea or black tea like Earl Grey. I've used both and they both turn out great. To that, you also want to add in ½ a cup of sugar. Now I'm using cane sugar, but you can also use honey or just white sugar too. So I'll let that steep all night, and now I'm going to remove the tea bags. Okay, so the tea is ready and let's get going. Now the only way to make kombucha is with a Scoby. So you're going to have to get a Scoby either from me or from another friend or online. But if they give you a Scoby and they don't have any liquid in the bottle, just the actual thick Scoby, you want to skip to this part of the video. And then next week, you can follow the video exactly from the start. So if somebody gives you their Scoby and it is filled with liquid, we're going to follow the video from here. So now it's time to get a little bit dirty, and we're taking our Scoby out of the jar. So you can see it right there. It's a really thick, rubbery kind of ring. It's pretty cool. Okay, so this is just going to set aside. Do not throw it out. Then you want to take a second jar. This is a 2-liter jar, and you'll also need some cheesecloth. So we're going to put this over the jar and strain out the liquid into our new jar. Now, before you go any further, we're going to take 1 cup of this liquid and put it back in the original jar. This is the Scoby jar. Now this is kombucha. This is what is pretty much done, but we're going to set this aside for a little bit. Now we're going to take our Scoby jar, and we're going to take our tea mixture and fill the jar. Don't fill it too full because you're going to put your Scoby back in the jar. Now you want to take a cloth, cover the jar, and put an elastic band around it. You never want to seal your jar, and you want to make sure that you do not put this in the fridge. You want to take this, set it in a dark, kind of cool spot, and leave it for 7 to 10 days. And then after that time, you're just going to come back, you can watch the video again, and you can make your kombucha again. Alright, so now I bet you're wondering what we do with this. So what we're going to do is take our favorite fruits, we're going to chop them up, throw them in here, seal the jar, leave it for a couple days, and that's when your kombucha is going to get fizzy and flavorful. So today I'm going to go with grapefruit for my kombucha flavor. Chop it up, and then we're going to just squeeze it in. And I like to throw the whole peels in too, because it gives it lots of flavor. So how much fruit do you add? For a 2-liter jar, I like to put in about 3/4 of an orange, or half a grapefruit, or about a cup of berries that are mashed up or pureed. All we gotta do is seal this up, and this is gonna just sit on the counter, like that, for about 12 to 48 hours. I like to leave mine really long because then it gets really fizzy. However, you have to be so careful because your jar can explode. So then when it's after 1 to 2 days, you're just gonna put it in the fridge. You can drink it, enjoy it. It's gonna taste great. So I have a second Scoby here, and I'm gonna be making another batch of kombucha. This one's a little bit bigger, but I'm gonna show you guys it in a little bit of a faster motion, and then you can see how it's made and get to visualize it a lot better. All right, let's go. video. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions whatsoever, just leave them in the comment section below and I will be sure to answer them. Kombucha and fermentation is a big passion of mine because I'm a science nerd. So I'd love to talk to you about it in the comment section below. See you guys later and enjoy your kombucha.